got trains for you, huh, Angel Brock? You like trains, don't you, Angel Brock? Well, guess what, Angel Brock? I got more trains for you, Angel Brock. Roswell train collision 5 years later from cameraman rail fan for you, Angel Brock. You better give me that like, Angel Brock, and anybody else that's watching this video, of course. So without further ado, here we go.
It's the early morning of April 28th, 2015, and a crew from the Southwestern Railroad were about to park their train in a siding just south of Roswell, New Mexico. The train they were operating was designated as LSWC-0021271.
Those are not the numbers that I see.
Roswell local, running on BNSF's Carlsbad subdivision, which was being leased by the Southwestern. The local today had only 2 engines leading, which were former CIT Group / Capital Finance Incorporated, or CEFX, SD40M-2 3124, first built for the...
Oh my goodness, the numbers I don't see!
54, and former Union Pacific SD50 9851, originally...
Okay, that's a number that I see.
Rio Grande Western as number 5507. At Dexter, New Mexico, approximately 10 miles south of Roswell, the crew backed their train into East Chisholm siding, secured it,
that train
and then
up,
reported
that
this to
train
the
up,
dispatcher.
girl. You're looking good.
It's
Once you
also
back that
important
train
to
up.
note that this track was in dark territory, or non-signal territory, meaning train crews had to rely on
There's
the
a warrant on trains?
to ensure that trains were...
I'm not shocked about this.
The conductor contacted the dispatcher, informing him that all was clear for the main.
Uh-huh.
The dispatcher then cleared the track warrant, and the crew went off duty at 6 o'clock that morning.
Yeah.
On the same line was southbound train MCLO-CRL-1-27A, bound for Carlsbad.
That's not the numbers that I see.
This train consisted of 79 freight cars and an impressive 9 engines in the lead. The leader of this
That's
train
a lot
was
of
Railways
engines.
of Mexico, or Ferromex, SD.
Should that be a natural amount? I don't think that's a natural amount to have 9
followed
engines.
by Ferromex SD70 ACE 4070, Ferromex ES44AC 4682.
Okay, that's the number I see.
BNSF-944CW 1077.
Okay.
BNSF-944CW 1063.
Okay.
BNSF-944CW 5432.
Okay.
BNSF ES44C4 7134.
Okay.
BNSF-944CW 5108.
Okay.
And finally, BNSF-944CW 4430.
So, that numbers!
The southbound train was approaching the east end of Chisholm siding, traveling at 42 miles per hour. Just over 500 feet before the switch, the crew noticed something unusual and then threw the train into emergency. The train is diverted off the main and into the siding. The engineer-conductor jumped from the lead engine, and then the surrounding area wakes up to a crashing sound.
Speaking of trains, got one outside tonight. Like they cool and everything.
The southbound train collides with the local at 6:23 a.m., traveling at 32 miles per hour. Some of the locomotives jackknifed and made a zigzag shape, while one began to leak fuel. Adjacent State Highway 2
Wait, what's that
was
red
also
color?
closed by state police between Darby Road and Orchard Park Road. Some of the
Like, that's way too much
freight
for me to
cars
just think,
smashed
oh, is that
into
blood?
SD50, as that train was pushed back 200 feet from the impact.
That thing got, that front got smooth-ish. It got smooth-ish.
Helicopter to a hospital in Lubbock.
Yeah, it got smooth-ish.
48-year-old Jesse Coburn, unfortunately lost his life after jumping from the lead engine. The NTSB soon launched an investigation into the wreck.
I can't hit a video train outside my house.
Sheesh! Which is manually operated, was locked for the siding and not the main. It is believed that the conductor was probably feeling fatigued from working a night shift and wasn't thinking clearly, likely the reason why he reported that all was clear for the main. The conductor of the local was blamed for improperly doing his job of both aligning the switch to the main and reporting it to the dispatcher. But there was warning to the southbound crew that could have prevented the crash. The southbound train went into emergency at just over 500 feet before entering the siding, when the crew noticed a switch stand, which told them to switch alignment. However, during a reenactment, with similar times and weather conditions, the switch stand at East Chisholm was spotted 2,239 feet away.
I wonder what's up with that blue car on the road.
Sooner was deemed a contributing factor to the wreck. There was also talk about what would have happened to the crew of the southbound train if they had not jumped from the lead engine. It is believed that had the engineer stayed on board the train during the impact, he would have had a substantially higher chance of surviving, and both crew members would have likely received only minor injuries. This is because of the minimal damage the lead engine received, and the cab sustained very little to no damage. The speed at which the train was traveling at just before impact, 32 miles per hour, was also a risky speed to jump off at. There have been wrecks in the past where crews who, at this speed, or even faster, have stayed on board the
We've all
train
seen that
and
one.
survived. The Kismet train
And this
collision
one.
and the Cactus train collisions of 2006 are good examples. Of the 11 engines involved, nearly all were repaired and put back into service. BNSF 1063 was returned with a slightly different appearance. It needed some repairs to its nose, and it got what it needed, but when it was repainted, it received the BNSF swoosh logo instead of its original one, making it one of the few Heritage 1-9s with a different letter nose. The only engine that was not repaired was SD50 number 9851.
Well, it got
Those
smooth
cast sections were completely destroyed, and therefore was sent away to be scrapped.
and rightfully
Southwestern's
so.
lead
It
on
got
Carlsbad
smooth.
subdivision came to an end in January 2017. Their main headquarters was moved to Deming, New Mexico, and now operates the Whitewater Division out of the town. Interchanges are made with the Union Pacific at Deming and with BNSF at Rincon, 60 miles due to northeast. This certainly wasn't the first time a misaligned switch has caused a fatal wreck. Other examples of this include Robinson, New Mexico, when the Santa Fe's chief passenger train collided into a parked mail train. One of the most recent incidents was at Case, South Carolina, when Amtrak Train 91 crashed into a parked CSX auto rack. With all these fatal accidents involving such a simple mistake, one can only ask, will we ever see the end of this simple but deadly mistake?
That'd be like asking if reality is fake. Inspired by Thunderbolt. So yeah, Angel Brock, I hope you enjoyed your reaction, Angel Brock. Like this video, Angel Brock, and anybody that looked at this. And make sure your bell is set to be notified. Ding, ding, done.